Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another segment of The Last Word. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of the Vegas Voice, and our job is to introduce you to all the people running for elected office. We have a very special guest today, and that is Ms. Patsy Brown, who is running for Clark County Public Administrator. Patsy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know what? With all the unfortunate talk about going on in the public administrator's office, I guess the obvious question is, why would anybody run for office, especially in these trying times when everyone seems to be fighting with each other?
Right. So first of all, I actually filed to run for this position prior to all of that information coming out and the incident. The public administrator's office has definitely had a lot of issues that we are all aware about. The in-house fighting, not getting along, previous coroners coming in to consult, costing us taxpayers a lot of money because of the in-house fighting that led to an incident.
An incident, yes.
Right. But prior to that, I wanted to take over a position in politics that wasn't very political and that actually helped the people, that I would be able to deal with Nevadans directly. And that's what this position does. The public administrator handles estates of people who pass without a will or the next of kin can't be found. But we also administer estates for people who have passed where their families aren't in the financial position to administer the estate by themselves. So we assist in that. So it has two functions.
With that in mind, what's your experience, what's your background to be able to adequately, if not better, take care of that kind of situation?
Well, my background is I'm a contract lawyer, and that has two functions as well. So my family, we have a factory overseas, which we've had for over 35 years. So I take clients and I mass produce products for them and import them back to the stateside. So I do law on an international level, as well as stateside, I do government contracts. So I assist different individuals and companies in obtaining government contracts, as well as being a federal contractor for the past 15 years.
Really? So with that in mind, what do you think you can do to improve, at the very least, the image of the public administrator?
Everything. Everything.
Right. And what can you bring? Because from what I've heard, the employees there, either they all hate each other or they all have morale problems.
It's been a mess. So in my background, I have had over 600 employees stateside and internationally, and I've managed them well. And managing people is a skill set, which is why I bring that up. It's not something you can necessarily learn overnight in a quick elected position. It's something that I've actually become good at over years of being in business, starting working in family business. So I'm very good with working on employee morale. That office needs a lot of help. Yeah. So I have a lot of programs that I've done in the past with different companies and some new ideas that I'd like to incorporate into that office. One of them being an open door policy, no favoritism, acknowledging, employees, best employee of the month, acknowledging birthdays, just the basics. But I think that it's really important that people understand when you are a supervisor in any type of managerial position, it's still a team. And you can never be bigger than your team. And your team has to know that they're appreciated and that you appreciate the work that they're doing, but also you hear them as well. So there's just some things, along with continuing education programs. In law, we have to take courses. Sure. Teachers have to, take courses. There's certain professions that you have to, continually educate yourself with technology and different things. And public service should definitely be one of those, careers that people are continually educating themselves on how we can better serve Nevadans.
But let me ask you this. As an attorney.
Yeah, lawyer. There's a difference.
Right. And as someone who was the boss, you can cooperate, employees have to cooperate with you one way or another.
Correct.
And maybe, you talk to them, you speak with them.
Correct.
But now, in effect, you're becoming a politician. And my question is, it's one thing for you that you have a vision as to how you want the office to be.
Right.
But then you got other county employees, the commission, all those other, I'm saying
People.
bureaucrats, but I
Right.
mean, people in public office, they're gonna say, no, Patsy, do it this way, do it that way, for political reasons as opposed to the correct way. My question is, do you think you can work with these people as opposed to saying, hey, it's my way or the highway?
Yes. Well, first of all, that's not my personality to just say it's my way or the highway.
Okay.
I have to tell you a little story.
Please.
So like I mentioned, I started in family business, and I was at one of our businesses. I was all of 12 years old, and I had that attitude. It's my way, it's the highway, whatever. I'm 12, I'm pointing my finger.
You know everything.
Right.
Sure.
And I'm talking to adults who are on my family's payroll. And my grandmother had to pull me aside and explain to me, if you want people to listen and follow you, first of all, they have to see you doing what you're asking them to do.
Right.
So I learned that lesson very young. It's not even about me barking orders. It's about me showing up and doing the same job right next to the person that I'm asking to do the job with. So my attitude is it's definitely a team. I know there are some current procedures in place, but obviously that's not working.
Yeah.
Because if it was working, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in. I'm very respectful, but I'm also very wise as to people and their situations. I tell my kids when they started driving, there's road rage. Don't fall into it because you don't know what kind of day the next person is having. And you have to treat the people the same way. So I've definitely got some ideas. The office needs an overhaul. That's apparent.
Sure.
Right now when they do a asset inventory, you've got one person doing it. That should be a two-man job. It should be on camera. And then you don't have things happening like, oh, we have items missing.
Yeah.
You don't have families complaining about there's items in, I know my, grandfather or Uncle Mever, it was here, I saw it. Right now it's like, well, it's not on our inventory sheet. They don't film it.
Yeah.
So it's gone.
And
that's not right.
Anybody, sure.
It's not right.
Okay.
You can accuse.
You can, but
You can't.
it's not going to get
Yeah,
you.
right.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I guess the main thing that you want people to know about you as to why you will be successful as a public administrator is what? Let's put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot. I am about efficiency. I'm a perfectionist, type A personality. I want things a certain way, and that certain way is usually the right way. I will get in there and I will clean up that office.
Okay.
Listen, whether some of the people like it or not, and that's some of the bureaucrats. It's apparent what you guys have been doing is not working.
Yeah.
My attitude is really, I have listened to people come and complain about that same scenario I just told you. There's POAs, power of attorneys, where items are missing, vehicles, different things. There's been a lot of shenanigans going on in that office. And I really would like to go in there, I don't know, go back 3 or 4 years on the closed cases, review them. If people feel they've been wronged, they haven't been taken care of, and then prosecution to the, extent of the law for whomever was there at the time. Maybe that's what needs to happen.
Okay, and in the minute or so that we have left, I would like you to look at the camera and say seniors should vote for you, especially our Vegas Voice readers,
Yes.
because
Seniors should vote for me, especially our Vegas Voice readers, because I'm going to take care of you. I didn't talk about it, but I'm about educating my seniors. I created a free estate planning program, so I'm aware of people's budgets, and a lot of people do not have their estate planning paperwork in order, so we prepare it, we notarize it, and we file it with the county as well as the Secretary of State for free, and I try to educate everyone on the importance of having that documentation together. Emergency contact list, more than 2 copies in the safe deposit box, in the drawer with the attorney, having your insurance policies together, just making sure that your life's work and legacy is respected and your heirs get what you want them to get.
There you go. If people want more information about you, they want to contribute, they want to volunteer to help, how do they get a hold of you?
They go straight to my website, which is votepatsybrown.com. That's votepatsybrown.com.
I thank you so much. And for those of you who want us to continue doing the last segment and other Vegas Voice different videos, please, please, please subscribe on the button below. There's no charge, and we would really appreciate it. So, Patsy, I thank you so much for being here. And this is Dan Roberts for The Last Word saying we'll see you again next time.